Welcome back, you beautiful brave hearts all around the world. I'm going to tell you something right now. Well, first of all, welcome to the Powerpack, Bhn Powerpack show. We have three really lovely New World practitioners on, and I want to tell you that I am so excited to be alive in this time, in this place in history. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people wondering what's going to be happening, what's coming. But the reality is if you would have taught yourself to mind your own business, to find your passion and your purpose, stay connected to your breath and process through your heart, you would rule your world. And that world actually starts from inside, and that's where the world is. And it's actually inside your heart. So I want you to really give that a really good thought today, and know that you can be a human being with unlimited potential as soon as you do process through the heart and you understand actually what the power of the heart is. Okay, so today, welcome to the Bhn Powerpack show. The Bhn Powerpack show is about two major devices. It's about the cardio med bed, and it's about the cell sonic, and then a cell sonic regeneration. Okay, so the reality is this. I've said it before, but why can't we get it? Why can't we get it? You know, it's all about circulation, and with perfect circulation, you have no inflammation. And the more inflammation you have, the worse your circulation is, because inflammation creates scar tissue out of your beautiful connective tissues. That's right. You want to go and throw your muscles, tendons, ligaments, organs on the barbecue, and you want to not know that you turned the burner on and you don't know how to turn the burner off, well, everything is going to become like dried beef jerky. And these medical doctors and even most health practitioners do not even know what's going on. They haven't got a clue. They have been programmed and numbed out from the neck up, and it's the truth. I want you to show me one symptom, because there are no diseases, they're just symptoms. Actually, they're love messages from your body that you don't know how to look after yourself, because you were programmed not to look after yourself. You were programmed to actually attack yourself. And you know, a practitioner can't give what they don't have, and if they don't understand that it's calcification and it's scar tissue formation and it's crystallization actually that's building up in your body. You can't have stiffness, you can't have swelling, you can't have redness, you can't have inflammation. Okay, you can't have aging, premature aging, okay, unless you have physical blocks. And all those physical blocks were caused because of emotional blocks, because you were programmed like everybody else, okay, by the same cycles that you're complaining about and explaining about how you'd like to see them in jail. Well, they're not going, thank you very much. Okay, they're totally protected. And guess what? If you want to be totally protected, then you need to know what real healing is all about. And it really is about bringing back the electrical charge to your cells. Okay, it's really about your circulation, restoring your circulation. So I don't care, wherever it is, where you're numb, where you have pain, where you have swelling, where you have redness, where you have stiffness, okay, where you have something growing inside of you. Okay, well, that's just a storage shed for unprocessed negative emotion, and guess what? You're feeding it through your inflammatory thoughts and food and drink. You know how long it would take to get somebody well, to actually send them to the supermarket and even tell them to eat fresh and raw vegetables and whole grains, and just to do that? They would never get there. There's too much blue light, there's too much 5G, okay? And people all have their little snacks, don't they? They all have their little addictive habits, don't they? And most people never turn the Wi-Fi off in their house. Most people are totally looking at blue light all the time, which is even worse than the Wi-Fi. Yes, blue light is worse than 5G, because people get a lot more of blue light poisoning than they do 5G. And understand, you're coming up against frequencies. You can't say there's never been a time when the planet's been so toxic, because the planet isn't that toxic. Human beings are going to die off way before the planet ever dies off. It'll never will. It just burps, farts, moves on, okay? All right? This is the 5th extinction of human beings, and that's actually real science. But you know what? You don't have to go extinct. And when they say extinction, they're talking about like 60%, 70%, 80% of the population leaving. But understand, there's probably about 70 to 80% of the population's leaving on its own, because if you take a look at people, they don't look too good, do they? Especially when we're talking about 92% of the population having an autoimmune disease, which means that you're basically pooping into your body. Yeah, that's right. Okay, from your small intestine to your large intestine, the lining is so damaged that the wrong things are being absorbed into your body and the right things are not going in there, because the majority of the population pretty well only eats and drinks poisonous food. They actually don't drink high vibrational foods. Now, what are we supposed to do as a practitioner? You know what? I became a practitioner, I guess it would be about 44 years ago. And the reality is guess what? When I became a practitioner, believe it or not, it was arthritis and asthma, the odd cancer, okay? It was constipation, and there was some overweight situations. But guess what? There was hardly anybody that was, I mean, the majority of the population isn't overweight. The majority, not the majority, but right now they're saying that 60% of the population is obese. Holy smokes. Okay. And then they actually changed that from actually, guess what? You ready for this? Obesity now is 40 pounds. It was 10 pounds when I was a kid. You were obese at 10 pounds. Now it's 40 pounds. Isn't that nice how they make you feel so comfortable? Well, the same people that are trying to change the rules to make us into fools are the same people that poisoned you. And understand that. I absolutely want nothing to do with the outside world. Okay? I'm not talking about you and you and you and you. I'm talking about anything they've ever offered me. I don't want it. I don't want anything from them, and we don't need anything from them. Okay, so what you're going to find is a great divide within 5 to 7 years. It'll be them and us. That's right. Understand something. You don't have a choice until you make a choice for unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'm going to tell you something. I would have gotten out of the health business if I couldn't bring energy medicine into my work. First of all, I have to do the best, and I have to have the best, because that's the only way I can enjoy my passion and my purpose, which is helping people. I created Wolf Non-Surgical, and understand something. Any practitioner out there, if you've got a patient that you say that you cannot help, whether you're medical or whether you are natural, okay, I want you to send them to me. I want you to send them to me. I want you to send them to me, and that's a challenge. That's a challenge. You send them to me. Because understand something, most practitioners don't know how to work on an emotional level, and these 3 practitioners that are on here today do, because they are trained at being whole life health coach certified. And they've come not 3 times to just become a master practitioner. Okay, I think Debbie's been like, it might be 7 or 8 full courses she's taken. Don't tell me that she's not rocking her world, that she's not holding the line for herself, that she's not holding the line for others. And understand something. Every bit of our Wolf Non-Surgical work, not myself, but the thousands of practitioners that have been taught, those practicing, okay, will offer you a money-back guarantee on the first treatment that they will take you further than anything else you've ever done with Wolf Non-Surgical. So at the end of the day, we need to say that we can bring the thunder down, but guess what? Now let's grab onto a cell sonic regeneration that can take like 25,000 volts and put it into a love harmonic to be able to actually fracture the calcium, okay, bond around the mitochondria that's stopping the spin that's doing you in, because you can't make your 75 to 85 kilograms of ATP a day, because the 2500 spin went down to a 300 spin, just like rust. It won't let it spin like it needs to. 2,500 times per second, that's what it should do if you're healthy. And then if we use the same thing, the cell sonic regeneration or the cell sonic, these are both 2 unbelievable products. And to go in and electrify the tissues, to take scar tissue and bring it back alive. That's right. What's the difference between scar tissue and actually healthy tissue? Oxygen. That's right. Cell sonic regeneration, both oxygenate. Okay, they both bring back the electrical charge to the cell, because every cell has what? 0.07 volts. Understand that. Think about that. 50 trillion cells, okay? All right? We're talking about 2 trillion, okay? We're talking about 2 trillion volts in the human body if it's healthy. So why don't we want something that's going to be magnetic, electrifying, increase the oxygen, break the calcium bond, okay, and help to bring the circulation back. And then if you're talking about the cardio med bed, which we won't be focused on too much today, but we do that on the cardio med bed show on Thursdays. And you know what? I hear that, let me see here, what is it? Oh yes. That we're gonna have a cardio med bed show coming up on Thursday, and it'll be with Cheryl out of California. So understand something right now. If you had perfect circulation, what would you have? You have perfect health. What does a cardio med bed do? Well, just know this. We could take anybody that has erectile dysfunction, okay, impotence, let's call it what it is, and in 20 hours of treatments, they're back, baby. They're back. Let's call him the stud, the stallion, whatever you want to do, but they're back, okay? And then we can get somebody with a heart problem, and then we can do anywhere around 37 hours of the cardio med bed, and you can do 2 hours a day. Do one time and then take an hour off and then do another hour. So you can do 2 hours a day, and in 37 hours, a brand new set of arteries. Or would you rather go in and get a stent? Would you rather go in and let them cut you open and create even more scar tissue? Is that what you want? Or do you want to see the miracle of actual energy medicine, Wolf non-surgical, and our nutraceuticals, and even working on you on an emotional level if you're not trying to hide out, which most people are always trying to protect. Don't you touch my personality, don't you touch my personality, and your personality is your reality. So guess what, if your personality sucks, then guess what, you don't have any energy left, and you might only have very few friends, but they only like you because they're vibrating with you, because you might not even like yourself. And understand something, you should be unconditionally loving and caring for yourself, so you got to look at all your belief systems, okay? This is a really important fact. What do you think, Cheryl?
What do I think? I think I'm excited to be on this show and have an opportunity to tell people how amazing the Cellsonic really is. So I've had a really fun week. I had a young man come in who spends a lot of time sitting at a desk. And after a while, he started to where he couldn't move and he was having so much pain. And what I notice about a lot of people when they come to me and they talk about their ailments, they don't get up out of their chair except to use the bathroom, which might be once or twice during the day. And so not only am I going to do Cellsonic and Wolf non-surgical, I'm going to teach them how to stretch and get up once an hour, do some pelvic stretches, find ways to even do modified stretching in your chair if you're that stiff. So we did Cellsonic is sacrum because, you know, that's when you have sciatica. It's all going to come from where those SI joints have got calcified. They're not moving like they should. We did do a Wolf non-surgical, and he said within 3 days, his entire pain was gone from his lower back. And that was just one service. He was a young man, so this wasn't something that he'd been doing for years and years and years. And then I had a wonderful person come in, and I am passionate about women's pelvic restoration and dis-ease prevention. So I get a lot of women that come in who have heavy bleeding. They've got inflammation in the pelvic region, and we talk and educate about what it means to have inflammation, where that came from, how they can fix it, how they can become their greatest practitioners in their own lives and teach them how to heal themselves, because that's what their body can do. So we did go in and Cellsonic the abdomen, and we did Cellsonic the pelvic, and we did a wonderful Wolf non-surgical. And then within less than 30 days, her bleeding had stopped. She had a menstrual cycle the next month and didn't even know it was coming. So you can see just how powerful this work is and how amazing the human body is at being able to heal itself. So I'm telling people, if you're in Northern California, Southern California, the Western United States, as far as I'm concerned, come to Northern California to Health and Vitality Engaged Clinic here in Occidental. It's about 60 miles north of San Francisco, easy to reach from the Oakland Airport, San Francisco Airport, even the Santa Rosa Airport. And you can come and get a perfect day consultation, Cellsonic, Wolf non-surgical, cardio med bed. This is a full service clinic because I absolutely believe that everybody can have a pain-free, vibrant life. All you have to do is become your greatest advocate. Learn, reteach, unlearn the bad habits and some of the things that we've been taught. And so you can reach me at 707-322-1979 or go to my website, healthandvitalityengaged.com, because you can have anything you put your mind to. And I just really appreciate being on the show. Thanks, Daryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. And before we move on, I just want to say this. She just verified it. It's all a block. She unblocked both of these patients. Let's talk about the patient that she had who had the painful periods, okay? The only why she had a painful period is she had a dam block. Oh, wait a minute. She had a dam in the river. She had a dam in the river. So Cheryl got rid of the dam, okay, and allowed the river to flow. So now her flow is natural. And that's how it goes. It's that simple. You can believe it or not. And you know what? It's too good to be true. Well, guess what? It is true. We're the ones that offer the money-back guarantee. How many practitioners have you ever went to and they said, I'll give you a money-back guarantee that we will go further than your expectations on this one. And that everything else combined, I promise you, you will have more strength, you will have more range of motion, and we will bring down the pain. And understand, you know, if you don't understand that it's just a scar tissue issue, okay, it's a calcification, and that is the main story. It always will be. Anybody that's ever had surgery out there, you make sure that you go to one of these beautiful practitioners, because if you've had surgery, I want to say something. First of all, inflammation is what causes all disease, and there is no diseases. You just give them a name wherever they are in the body, because that gives a location, but that's all it's good for, because the medical system made up all these names. Arthritis just means inflammation in the joint. Colitis means inflammation in the colon. Sinusitis means inflammation in the sinus. You understand something? And you actually don't have dementia or Alzheimer's. What you have is you actually have diabetes of the brain, okay? What you are is a sugar junkie, and your brain is calcifying, okay? And you're not getting enough cholesterol into your brain area. So that's really the bottom line, everybody. The reality is everybody's taken down a path, okay, that they believe that, oh, I could never figure this out. Well, because guess what? The same medical doctors that are telling you stuff, they haven't figured it out either, because you can't come from a platform of untruth and think you're going to have the result that you're looking for. Look, at everything that we say here is 1 and 1 or 2. They're not 11, okay? And everything in the Perfect Day Guide that you can download for free, or go to my library at Doc of Detox Library. An 8-year-old could understand this, and a doctor cannot refute it. I challenge people all the time on my show, not because I want to fight, not because I think I'm right, but because you deserve to have the health that they said you could always have, but you don't. Think about that one. And why is it that nobody has it in your family? Nobody really has vital health and energy their whole life. Most people are suffering, or they're limping. For God's sakes, they're dragging their leg across the floor. You don't know what to do about it. They've been to the doctors, they've been to the practitioners, and nobody can figure it out. You go to a massage therapist, you know, will massage it out, make you feel good while you're on the table. Chiropractor, put it back in place, but because it's dehydration, okay, the joint pops back out within 48 hours. I'm not putting them down. Chiropractic have saved lives. I'll tell you, a good massage, I feel like it saves my life too. But everything works on a different level. I have a doctorate in acupuncture. I haven't done acupuncture in 15 years. Why? Because I'm not going to play around. I'm going to get to the point, and I'm going to get the calcium back in the bones. I'm going to bring the circulation back to that part of the body. And guess what? There are no symptoms. It's welcome back home, okay? And that's all it is. Magdalena, what do you think?
I think this is the most powerful body work that we have. And this is amazing. It's like a miracle. I just finished working with this family, a gentleman with 21 years old. My name is Magdalena Arcos. I am in Toronto. And so he's 21 years old. He was having upper back pain 21 years old, going to the gym and stress himself out by social media, TikTok, all this at work as well. And such a young man. And I explained to him, I have my work non-surgical powerful book, and I read the emotion that is inside of that pain. And it talks about sadness. How can you be sad being such a young person? Upper back pain is emotions trapped in the upper back includes grief, sorrow, and sadness. When sadness isn't expressed or released, it will build up within in the upper back. So this area is also connected to the heartbreak and loss because it is proximity to the heart. So wow, emotions are these emotions cause issues in the tissues. And I told him how important it is because we think 60,000 thoughts per day, and he mentioned, I think 100,000.
Thank you, Magdalena. So understand something, listen to what she just said. It's not all about energy medicine. It's not all about nutraceuticals or Wolf non-surgical. You know what? All our practitioners are trained on the emotional level. And you know what we'll do? We'll put out little breadcrumbs for you to see if you pick them up. We have been taught, okay, to protect our emotions from everyone. Why? Because we're always getting hurt. So the only thing we want to do is protect them, stuff them down, and store them. Thank you, tumor, for storing that for me. Pimple, boil, okay, cyst. These are all storage sheds. And depending on the emotion and what it's all about will depend on where you start growing this abnormality in your body. So understand, we don't want to push the emotional. The emotional is the most important. We only touch on it because if we don't talk about the things that people know, they'll just go, oh, I'm bored. There's nothing wrong with me. And I never said there was nothing wrong with you, but you know what? Humans have unlimited potential when they understand and become the master of their personality, and changing your personality changes your reality. How would you like your reality to change? Financially, physically, emotionally, with your relationships with yourself, with your family, with your friends, with the world itself, looking at the world in a whole different way. So Magdalena is just north of the 401, not far from the Yorkdale Mall in Toronto. I have visited her beautiful clinic, and we will be there in November to do a lecture tour in Calgary and Toronto and Kelowna, British Columbia. I don't have the exact dates, but people, you can go to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com. We'll have the lectures up there next week. We have a California tour where we're going to be going to see Cheryl up in Occidental. Then we're going to San Diego, and then we're going to down on the beaches. Help me out. Just outside of LA. I'm going to be doing the lecture in LA probably, and then one outside of LA. And that will be in the 4th week of October, everybody. Magdalena, is there anything else you'd like to share? Or at least give your,
Yes.
your credentials on how people can get in touch with you, love.
Okay, I just want to finish up. So I did a treatment to this gentleman. Then I did the Sasonic on the back and the upper back, both sizes, and also in the neck. So he felt better. He was having pain, and he felt better after the treatment. He would like to come back for another treatment, but he felt great, and you could see he was smiling afterwards. And what I did, I give him a little bit of to this family a whole life coach meeting. I explained to them how important to do mirror work and love yourself so much. You watch what you think, what you eat, and don't take nothing personal and mind your own business. What's going on in the world is not our business. Our business is be happy, love ourselves, and be happy and enjoy this life
You know
that
what,
was given to us.
Magdalena? If I can say this, isn't it something, everybody, how they have made us feel like loving yourself is a bloody joke? Do you know what they have done to us by making it feel like loving yourself, or how about, let's go further, loving yourself first and foremost is a bloody, oh no, that's selfish. But even thinking of loving yourself, well, that's a bloody joke. And then unconditionally loving yourself first and foremost before anyone else, oh, well, that's just selfish and you're going to hell, baby. You know, I am like so over this. And you know what? Unless we speak up for people, because people aren't thinking anymore. They're not, okay? And we know that. Take a look where the world is, okay? Transgender, okay? Transhuman, okay? Cyborg, can't wait to get there. And the reality is this, it's all about to do with, you know what? If you don't love yourself, can't care for yourself, you don't respect yourself, and you can't protect yourself, well, you're going to buy into anything that they tell you at the end of the day. Oh yeah, if you do this, you're going to feel so much better. Guess what? You don't want to feel suffering anymore. Let us just install this in your head, okay? And then it'll override all pain, but it'll also numb you out, and they'll be in control of you. And if you don't believe me, I guarantee that 50% of the population will opt for this in the next 10 to 15 years. That's how close we are to this. So understand something. Love is not a joke. Self-love is not a joke, and unconditional love for yourself is not selfish. They want you to feel it is, okay, so that they can manipulate the rest of your life. Magdalena, thanks for that explanation today, okay?
Yes, my pleasure. Yeah, so he was feeling stressed and all this situation. You need to sleep. I told him, you need to sleep your hours. The night is to sleep and the day is to enjoy your life. And if you don't respect that, your body needs to rejuvenate the cells and make a brand new body. So we need to respect when we sleep, and also when it's time, and the daytime it's time to enjoy our lives. They were very happy by coming here, and so relieved. The pain was gone. We did a Sonic, and the boy, he was smiling. I was teaching him about self-love, mirror work. This was something new to him, and he really appreciated, and he was so thankful to learn about this, self-love first and mind your own business, because I told him, your business is just to be happy yourself. Your business is not your mom, your dad, nobody. Your business is you, and enjoy the life and take care of your suit of your body.
Thank you.
So my name is Magdalena Arcos. It's my pleasure to talk to all these billions of breakers in the world that living these adventures in this life. And my website is torontohealthandhealing.com. My phone number is 416-669-9351. My name is Magdalena Arcos. And have the best day of your life. And you keep on shining, beautiful stars.
Thank you, Magdalena. Hey, Debbie, how you doing, girl?
I'm just loving it. I just enjoy watching everybody. And Magdalena, you're just so sweet. So yeah. And I agree with everyone. And we sit here and we just have the clients come in. And this week I had a approximately 50-year-old female come in, and when she got out of the vehicle, I looked at her and she just was just disheveled. She just looked just out of it. And she came in, and I've seen her one time before, and she has issues in the digestive and also breathing. She's trying to quit smoking. So as we start the treatments, and of course we, incorporate the Cellsonic and the Whoop non-surgical, I have to do a lot of emotional with her, so that way, we can get there. So she was here for about an hour and a half. She has TMJ problems, and she's not breathing well, not digesting well. And we worked in certain areas using the Cellsonic. And by the time she left, within an hour and a half, she was a completely different person. She had a smile on her face. We went over loving yourself. You know, she told me she couldn't even look in the mirror. I said, you got to get in there, pull up the Braveheart Oath. She does have the Perfect Day Guide. So she did, she got a physical copy of the book. But for people who are out there, if you want to check out that Perfect Day Guide, you can go to pdgfree.com. It's a wonderful book. Take your own health into your own hands to become your own practitioner. Because when you start realizing that what you think, eat, and drink have everything to do with how you feel every day. And that's the time that you can start changing your life and changing everything that goes on around you. And, you know, just to see her whole attitude change, you know, her husband dropped her off and he went off while she was getting the treatment. And when he came back, he was like, wow, you know, like he couldn't believe the change in her just in an hour and a half. So it's a beautiful thing. The Cellsonic, she was able, you know, we did her lungs, we did her abdominal area. We did a little bit behind her ears and her neck. And just with that, she had so much relief that when she walked out, she even called me earlier and she did the coffee enema, the ultimate coffee enema today. And so she was just checking in with me to make sure she was doing it right. So people are listening, they are doing, and for her, she drives like 2 hours to get to me. So she is taking massive personal action and she has to do a lot of work, you know, on herself, but she's on her way back, you know, to where she was. You know, she was this way back, you know, she tells me when I was a little bit younger and just something changed. And now we got to get that person back. So the mental, it's all the mental part has to come back to you. But also I had a couple here over the weekend and they flew in from out of town and he was having some hip problems. So he had a low back treatment and a hip treatment. And after the second day, we saw them later on that night and I said, how are you feeling? And he was jumping up and down. Look, I can jump. And I said, well, don't jump too far. You know, let's get some work done, you know, and you got to give that time for that body to heal. And it isn't just a one and done treatment. This is something that, you know, the muscle memory, the treatments, you know, you have to give that time for, they're in their mid 50s. So, you know, they both had the pelvic area and the whole front and back, you know, needs to have treatments for this couple. And it's just the Cellsonic just breaks down that calcium and allows us with the Wolf Non-Surgical to go in there and free up so much and bring back that life to that tissue and give that blood supply and oxygen back. And I spoke to the wife of the couple, and she said that when she flew back on the plane, that it was wonderful. She did not have pain where she usually sits, you know, where she usually is getting pain and stuff. So I can tell story after story, and it is amazing, but everybody needs to know it is massive personal action. You have to really want this. You really have to want to heal your body. You have to want to, you know, just do this and quit limping and dragging your leg. Like Dr. Wolf says, you know, we know why you're dragging your leg. We know why you're limping. We know these things and we can help you change your life, but you've got to put in the massive personal action to do it. And I'm here in Stuart, Florida, and my clinic is Stuart Health and Healing, and you can check out the website at stuarthealthandhealing.com. And if you have any questions, you can reach me at 305-342-9559. We also work on animals. We do perfect day consults. I have a Bioptron. I have a vitamin D light, the Cellsonic. We do Wolf Non-Surgical. So we do everything here. The emotional work, which is so important. And, just like this couple, they flew in from out of town. They spent a few days here. They went to the beach. It was wonderful. I went to the beach this weekend. I had a blast. I brought the dogs. I hadn't been there. I haven't taken the time for myself. We went and we just had a beautiful time. And the new puppy was just running into the water and being like, you know, the waves were going over his head and he didn't care. It's wonderful here. It's a perfect place to come visit, to come hang out, to get the sunshine, to get the salt water, all the minerals and magnesium, everything from the ocean. It is beautiful here. I do have people that come from all over to this clinic, and they're just enjoying everything. They come back. So it's beautiful.
That's right. You know, it's nothing to grab an Airbnb, okay? And you can go somewhere beautiful for a holiday. You could go to Florida. You could go to California where Cheryl is. You can come to Ixtapa, Mexico. And guess what? Why not come and have the best of everything? The sun, the beach, the water, the energy medicine, the non-surgical, the emotional work. And you know what? I'm telling you right now, when people come down here, it's all organic food. And there's no 5G, there's only 3G. And there's guess what? There's no GMOs in Mexico unless they try to sneak them in from the States, right? It's very important. There's no pesticides, there's no herbicides. You know, this is called 5-star living in Mexico, and that's what we do at the DoD 5-star. Or you can go, and guess what? If you're in the neighborhood or you can come from away, you go see Debbie. You know, go to where you want to be, somewhere beautiful, and at the same time, okay, treat yourself like someone that loves themselves completely. That's what you need to do. You know what? You don't need to think what the majority thinks. It's okay to fall in love with yourself, okay? The majority's never going to do it. And you can take a look at them. They're as miserable as all get out. Aren't they? Aren't most people kind of miserable? Most people, if you told them to smile, they'd give you the virtual finger and they'd flip you off. I'm not smiling. Give me something to smile about. No. You need to be grateful. You need to bring your vibe up, okay? Understand that, okay? But the majority does not understand that today. And we're going to keep on coming on. We're going to keep on repeating ourselves over and over again like the government does, okay? All right? That we're coming to steal your kids, okay? We're coming to help your kids, okay? We're not coming to kick your door down. We're coming to open up your heart, baby, okay? So understand that. That's all we want to do. You don't even have to come to us to get to know us, to get to love us, because we love you already. All right? Cheryl, is there anything you'd like to say to everybody before we end it?
Well, I'd like to say and reiterate what all these beautiful practitioners have said already. It isn't going to take a lifetime to change. It just means changing your mind and start taking the steps towards your own health. I mean, once you start changing your diet and changing your stinking thinking and doing your mirror work, it starts happening exponentially. You start to feel better, you're motivated to do more, and that's how you get that ball rolling downhill instead of trying to survive by pushing it uphill. So I tell people, let's thrive, not survive. You can reach me at 707-322-1979. healthandvitalityengage.com. I am in Northern California. I'm literally a mile from Bodega Bay. Also a gorgeous place to come and spend time. I am 20 minutes from wine country for those who love going to any of the beautiful places we have here in Sonoma County. So do it, make a choice, come see us and start your own healing journey.
Thank you, Cheryl. Magdalena?
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be on this show. Thank you, Daryl, for this show. It's amazing how we can learn so much. All the billions of people around the world, we can all learn one little thing, and we learn so much. It saves our lives, and we keep on shining, keep on smiling, no matter what's going on. Everywhere, our job is to be happy and enjoy this adventure, and love ourselves and love everybody. Send the love to everybody. Send love. This is the power of love that is gonna heal us and the world.
Thank you.
Thank you all. God bless you.
God bless you, sweetie. Debbie?
So life is full of choices. And when I hit 50, I made a big choice. I decided to become my own practitioner. And, I had some issues and did some research and learned it was the food. And I told one of my friends, I said, the difference between you and me is that when I developed an issue, I researched it and changed some things so that I didn't fall into the medical system and have to take a pill for the rest of my life, because I just refused to, be on a anti-inflammatory, which I knew was going to be a problem for my kidneys. So I made a choice, and other people make the choice that something goes wrong and they go to a doctor and put their health in someone else's hands. And he looked at me and he was like, "You're right." And I said, "Yeah." So the choice is up to each individual what they want to do. And even if you're in that other position, it doesn't mean that you can't change that choice and start taking control of your health now. So for everybody out there, you got to do what's right for you, but understand, if they had a cure for anything, it would have been done by now. But instead, everything is a medication for the rest of your life. So when you realize that taking your health in your own hand and learning how to eat, drink, and think the right way is the only cure that you're going to have to get out of the mess that we've all been put into because of what they do make us believe. And they do a great job at that. And so we got to get out of that BS belief systems, because that's exactly what they are. Believe that this body is this great machine that can heal itself, and it can. And, I'm proof. I don't have the problems that I had back when I was 50. I'm 58, going to be 59 now. I look younger. I don't have the arthritis in my hands that had developed back then. Getting out of bed back then when I was eating the wrong stuff, it was like getting up in the middle of the night, stiff. I hopped up the other night and I'm like, wow, I'm wonderful. And I always have a wonderful day, Doc. Just to let you know, I'm here at Stuart, Florida, and StuartHealthAndHealing.com is a website. And my phone number is 305-342-9559. And it's great to always be with the Bravehearts and our tribe. And we love everybody out there. And we hope that everybody has the most beautiful day every day, because I do.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Magdalena. All right, everyone. So I'm just going to go through a few things here. And the reality is, my big push is creating Powerpack clinics all over the world. That's what we want to do. Okay? And as you can see, this is called the cell sonic regeneration, which you see behind me. And you also see the actual device right beside me here. And tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a one-a-day on that. And I'm going to show you the advancements of energy medicine in the world today. And I'm going to be going through that. But understand this. It's about being and looking after your whole body on all levels. When we sell a cell sonic regeneration system device to a clinic, okay, we are actually doing all of this. We're giving a free full practitioner training. That means whole life coach certification, which is 9 days. That means a Wolf non-surgical certification, which is 12 days. And then a pelvic restoration and disease prevention for women, which is a 3-day masterclass. There's so much more on here as well. You get our products wholesale, you get an affiliate platform. You can come on our weekly practitioner Zoom trainings. This is where you can come and ask questions about your patients, your clients, your family. You can listen to all other practitioners and how they talk and how they support each other, because this is what we're doing. We want to create a Braveheart Nation. And we have practitioners that have just gotten out of high school and they're rocking the world that have taken our course. We have practitioners that have been housewives, accountants, nurses, doctors, chiropractors, you name it, from all walks of life. Because guess what? Everybody says, I really wished I could become a practitioner. But you know what? It would cost so much money and it would take so much time. And they made it look hard. They made it look complicated. They made you feel stupid. Isn't it amazing what you can do? Let's make them feel stupid, okay? And let's tell them that the medical doctors, okay, that know nothing about health are actually the only ones that are allowed to hold the key to healthcare. What is that? Some kind of a religion and they're the high priest? Well, I say let's dump that religion down the toilet. Let me tell you something right now. If you don't become your own practitioner, your own healer, you don't go out looking for healing, nobody can heal you. We can create the vibration, whether it's through using the cell sonic regeneration, the cardio med bed, or just us bringing your vibration up, because we talk about courage and faith, not doubt and worry, okay, like everybody else is supposed to do out there. Oh no, don't make any promises. Well, we don't make any promises. The human body is the greatest energy medicine device that was ever created on this planet. And we are that. You better watch what you think, drink, and eat, and what you do, and what you think of you, okay? Or you're gonna be in the poo, let me tell you something. Most people are rotting out because of their stinking thinking, like Cheryl said, okay? So we have weekly trainings. We have access referrals. I mean, all of these ladies are, if you go to bhnpowerpack.com, you'll see the world map. If they've got a cardio med bed, they're up there. If they've got a cell sonic regeneration, they're up there. Understand that, okay? So we will help to promote you. We'll refer to you. You have also Doc of Detox, VIP Wholesale, exclusive interview. I will actually interview any of these girls if they, or any of my practitioners, men or women, if they want me to interview them so the world knows where they are. Let me tell you something. We don't need the TV and we don't need to run commercials. We just need to tell the truth that we're not here to treat you only until you're ready to be trained. Once you're ready to be trained, we will teach you what we know. That means you don't have to take a course. Every place and every practitioner you go to is not going to just treat you, they are going to train you. They're going to leave little tidbits. Some of you are going to be really hungry, some of you are not going to be hungry for it, and you will suffer. You will suffer if you don't take massive personal action in your life. Okay? Let me just go back. So then there's the cardio med bed. Well, just know this, the Cell Sonic is $64,500, but it is half the price of other devices that claim to actually do the same thing, okay? And the reality is this, is we're gonna give you a $10,000 training. That's right, a $10,000 training. And when people buy the actual cardio med bed and the Cell Sonic, which is the cardio med bed behind me and the Cell Sonic, we give them 2 full trainings of those 3 courses. And one person can take it twice and work their way to master practitioner, or 2 people can come and take the course together or separately, it doesn't matter. Cardio med bed, I'm the only one in the world that brings a cardio med bed, and cardio med beds are 150,000 to 250,000 new. We've brought them out of hospitals, they're hardly used, and they're reconditioned, and we don't give you 1-year warranty, we give you 2-year warranty on this. So you will always have me to support you, and I will come and actually do a lecture for you, a night lecture. I will actually do a day lecture called Day with the Doc, and like I said, you'll always get referrals from people in your area, okay? All right, and this is what you get. When you get a cardio med bed, you get 1 training. It could be either the Wolf Non-Surgical Certified or the Whole Life Coach, but you get everything else that I just promised with the Cell Sonic Regeneration, okay? All right, and that's the whole Power Pack together, okay? And we have Power Pack clinics everywhere, whether they have just the Cell Sonic or the Cell Sonic Regeneration, or they have the cardio med bed. Understand something, everyone, okay? Einstein said that energy medicine would be the future. He wasn't stating that it was just going to come from devices. I hope you know that you are an energy medicine device. You're an electromagnetic light energy device called a spirit, okay? And that spirit, okay, needs to be fed. And we are electrical. We are electrical. You can measure the electricity in people. Guess what? The medical system doesn't believe in anything about light and electricity in human beings and the spirit or anything like, well, that's just a bunch of garbage, just like Dr. Wolf is a snake oil salesman. And the reality is this, every one of their testing devices is testing your light and your electricity. What a bunch of hypocrites. And you know, talking about hypocrites, I bet you that Hippocrates is rolling over in his grave right now because the do no harm has just gone right out the door, baby. Okay? All right. Okay? Anyways, you can go back through this. You can take a look at this. When you buy, if you were to get a whole package, the both of them, then you're going to get, like I said, 2 complete trainings and all the support in the world. And we'll actually build you a website for cost, which you'll also get my Doc of Detox library. And just know the BHN app's coming out on Independence Day in Mexico, okay? And that would be September the 16th. So we got lots of big things coming, okay? Lots of huge things. And I'm also going to be taking pictures and doing a video here by Friday, and I'm going to show everybody all the different separate sets and what we've got going on here. But we've only begun. We've only begun. I already told you at the beginning of today that this is the most exciting time that I've ever been alive in my life. And this is probably the most exciting time for anybody that is awake and understands what's going on. The whole world is going into a different realm. It is shifting. And you know, these guys, when have they never used fear and stuck it up your rear? They're always going to do it. And this is a huge shift. And if they can actually traumatize and dramatize the majority of the population, you will opt to do anything. You'll be down on your knees begging God, please, and they will be your God. And you will give away your right, okay, to be a human with unlimited potential. And you have it. Everybody has it. Just understand something, okay? And people don't get it. But these guys are getting ruthless. You know that thing that's in the bee? It's also in Pepsi and Coke. You know that thing that's in the bee? It's also in Pepsi and Coke. You know that thing that's in the bee? It's in Pepsi and Coke right now, and you're drinking it. All right? Understand something. If it doesn't vibrate high, then I wouldn't be part of it. You know something? The greatest healing you're ever going to get is get up in the morning and sun gaze when the birds are out there tweeting and making their beautiful song. They are actually healing you. We heal through sound. We heal through vibration. We are vibrational, electrical, magnetic beings. And understand something. Do you see me? I rock. I stand in my power. There's no authority over me. I'm not looking for a fight because guess what? Okay? I am a lover, not a fighter. You have the best day of your life and God bless.